Time now for French Connections, our weekly look at the intricacies of life here in France with Solange Mougin. Solange, great to see you as always. This week you're focusing on an emblem of French culture, the pastry.
Yeah, we all need a little bit of sweetness with the world as it is today. So I brought us some treats, Delano, to taste at the end of the show. But first, let's talk about their creator. Nina Métayer, she received in October 2023 the honor of Best Pastry Chef in the World, discerned by the International Union of Bakers and Confectioners. The honor has allowed the 35-year-old to break a glass ceiling. She is the first woman in the organization's nearly 100-year-old history to receive the honor, and she's pretty passionate about her profession.
Ça a été très compliqué de rentrer dans ce métier-là en tant que femme il y a 17 ans. Et maintenant, c'est une consécration énorme. Enfin, c'est un honneur pour moi de représenter le métier mondialement.
Now, Solange Métayer has joined an exclusive club of French pastry chefs, hasn't she?
She has, beyond the centuries-old tradition of pastry in France. The current concept of high-end desserts, or haute patisserie, was spearheaded actually by Pierre Hermé in the early 2000s when he decided to make collections like in the fashion industry.
Je cuisine avant tout dans ma tête. Ça veut dire aussi que j'ai une certaine connaissance des techniques qui me permet d'imaginer les proportions d'une recette, qui me permet de me projeter dans le goût de ce que j'ai envie de faire. Après, ce qui compte, c'est quand je goûte, c'est est-ce que c'est bon.
Now, social media and TV shows have created a celebritification of chefs. And one of the biggest star bakers is Cédric Grolet, with over 8 million followers online.
I look at his Insta stories.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. His boutiques have lines around the block for his beautiful, expensive trompe-l'œil pastries.
Les gens, ils vont se déplacer, et si c'est beau, ils vont venir, et si c'est bon, ils vont revenir.
Dès qu'ils postent, ça marche vraiment, mais 2-3 fois plus.
Social media has opened a global door to French luxury pastry for tourists and for locals alike.
Même s'il faut attendre 3 heures, eh bien, il n'y a pas de souci, j'attendrai 3 heures.
It's very famous in Japan, and very popular, so I want to buy the Paris.
So, Solange, does France have an edge over other countries?
Well, France definitely has a rich history and a diversity of desserts, but another top chef and TV star, Christophe Michalak, tells us that the baking world is very, very competitive.
On a une richesse historique et gastronomique qui est sans égale. Donc c'est peut-être pour ça que la pâtisserie française brille à travers le monde et c'est génial. Après, il ne faut pas se faire doubler parce qu'il y a des très bons confrères dans tous les pays du monde et le niveau devient de plus en plus élevé. Il n'y a pas une cuisine qui domine le monde. Par contre, il n'y a qu'une seule pâtisserie.
Now, many signature pastries rely on a dough batter called a pâte à choux. It is our word of the day. This mixture of hot water, flour, eggs is used in many desserts like eclairs and croquembouches, those towering traditional wedding cakes. Now, why is it called pâte à choux? Well, the word literally means little cabbage pastry, but it's not because it's piped out in a round, cute little cabbage shape. Rather, the pastry, with its first mentions dating back to the 13th century, is made over heat, or chaud. And over time, that word chaud morphed into choux. Today, it is still a cornerstone of many desserts that send many of us back to childhood.
Quand nous étions jeunes, on mangeait, qu'est-ce qu'il y avait, des choux à la crème, des babas au rhum. C'était la folie de mes parents aussi. Tous les dimanches, on mangeait un millefeuille.
Now, millefeuille desserts are actually the third most loved pastry among French people after éclairs and religieuses. And the top honor goes to the tarte aux fraises fruit strawberry tarts.
They're delicious, aren't they? Now, Solange, most French people don't have the luxury of buying their desserts at a fancy store. So where do they buy them from?
Well, sometimes supermarkets, but for the most part, bakeries are where they go. There are some 35,000 bakeries in France, and the sector employs 180,000 people. An eighth of those workers are apprentices. Also, many of these jobs, well, they're low paid and have difficult hours. And on top of this, there is also another hidden aspect to this thriving industry. A lot of the pastries in bakeries are actually industrially made. More than you think, they're either bought frozen or as a kit to be assembled.
Vous avez un diplôme?
Ah non, pas du tout.
Moi, à la base, j'étais esthéticienne en fait.
Now, many shops claim, nonetheless, that these pastries are fait maison or made in-house, when in fact they're bought in catalogs. Now, the actual percentage is highly contested. One study claims 50% of them are mass-produced. The real number could likely be much higher. Nonetheless, in this 16 billion euro industry, revenues are split half and half, 8 billion for the artisanal, 8 billion for the industrial. For consumers, one baker tells us how to tell the difference.
Ce qui est très important, c'est la beauté de l'imperfection. Les croissants faits par un artisan, ça ne sera jamais parfait. Vous voyez, celui-là ne ressemble pas à celui-là. On a dû faire les flammes une par une à la poche. En grande distribution, ils ne peuvent pas se permettre de faire ça.
Now, Solange, the pastries may taste delicious, but they're not always good for you, are they?
Yeah, and that's because of sugar.
Damn sugar.
Yeah, sugar. A recent poll found that 3 out of 4 French people actually watch out for the amount of sugar that they consume. So actually, many pastry chefs have adapted their recipes.
Les pâtisseries aujourd'hui, c'est d'enlever du sucre, d'enlever du gras. En 10-12 ans, l'évolution a fait que les gens mangent moins sucré, recherchent moins gras, moins sucré.
So, Delano, are you ready to taste some pastries? Like
Yeah,
57% of French people.
This is going to be the best part of my day.
Exactly, me too. 57% of French people buy a pastry every month, so we are going to join into this tradition. And I'm going to try the lemon tart. Bon appétit.
That's it for this edition of French Connections. You can follow other editions on our website, france24.com.